divine. So much volume. Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well. Today I wanted to share 3 healthy and gut-friendly breakfasts. These are perfect if you're wanting breakfast without added protein powder, and especially if you're trying to work on your gut health. If you just have found that you don't always agree that well with protein powders and you're trying to reduce how many artificial sweeteners you're having, then you're going to absolutely love these ones. Super easy to make. You will no doubt have pretty much every ingredient in your fridge or cupboard. These are perfect if you're trying to achieve a fat loss at the moment. They're high in protein, they've got a mixture of protein, fats and carbs, and they're going to actually fill you up. You know them breakfasts that you sometimes have that are either too small in portion size and you're just hungry straight afterwards? We've all been there. With these ones you're going to find they're actually going to fill you up. So we'll jump into the first recipe, which is baked protein oats. High protein but no protein powder. I know you're wondering, like, how is that possible? So I'll show you what you're going to need. Okay, so we're going to need some oats. I'm just using these rolled oats, some flaxseed, a banana, baking powder, some milk of choice. You could use a plant milk, whatever milk you prefer. Some egg whites, so I'm using this carton egg whites just so it's a bit easier. You could also use 3 actual eggs and just get the egg whites from them. Some vanilla extract, some cocoa powder. You could use cacao or just any hot chocolate powder you've got in. Okay, you want to start by preheating your oven to 180 degrees, and then, oh gosh, already spilt the oats everywhere basically. So I'm taking this cake tin and then I'm just gonna spray a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Doesn't usually stick, but I just think it comes out a little bit easy that way. And then we're gonna start by measuring out our oats. 40 grams of oats, 130 grams of egg whites, so that's about 3 eggs, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. This is what really disguises that egg taste. Like, if you're wondering, oh God, is it not just gonna taste eggy? 2 teaspoons of flaxseed. This is great for digestion. A teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 100 grams of milk. I forgot to add the cottage cheese and blueberries to the ingredients list at the beginning, but we're taking 30 grams of cottage cheese. I used to really feel a kind of way about cottage cheese, but it's like a staple in my diet, I feel like, these days. And then I'm just taking my frozen blueberries, 40 grams of blueberries. And then for a bit of sweetness, I'm taking half a banana and just mashing that. I'm just gonna mash it with a fork. Also, you could blend this, but just if you want to save a bit of time, just give it a quick mash. Sometimes the cacao powder can take a little bit of mixing to get it all mixed in, but you just whiz it up. Just don't worry if it initially goes like all on the top, it just mixes in eventually. And then this is what we're looking like. So into the oven. The baked toast. Ooh. The baked toast, I had the timer on for 25 minutes. I'm just gonna test and see if they're cooked through. Yeah, that's literally perfect. It can differ depending what dish you put it in and obviously how much egg white milk you use. So it might take a little longer sometimes, but that was bang on 25 minutes. So, oh, this looks divine. Da, da, da. I can't get over this. Look at that. So much volume. Okay, so the next recipe, this is just so good. It's sweet potato fritters. I kid you not, I think I could have sweet potatoes for breakfast, lunch, dinner and dessert, and I just love how versatile they are. If you remember my sweet potato brownies from a few years ago, they are still my favourite brownie dessert recipe, and I just love the texture, everything. Okay, so these are kind of small sweet potatoes or 1 large sweet potato, some extra virgin olive oil, oops, some eggs, obviously you won't need this whole thing, garlic powder, smoked paprika, some sea salt, and some optional turkey bacon or any kind of protein sauce you fancy. Slight issue, I was clearing all this stuff out the other day and I feel like I might have thrown my grater in the bin, but I'm going to just improvise with this. This is kind of a grater. I'm just gonna have to do them in a different way, but you wanna grate your sweet potatoes so it'll come out a bit differently to what this is looking like, unless you've got the same thing as me, but it all kind of works the same anyway. I think these sweet potatoes are bigger than what I thought, so we'll just use the one actually. I don't think we need that second one, unless you wanna make 2 or 3 portions, but I'm just making a single serve. So we're all good with this. Okay, I'm gonna whiz this up in the blender because I feel like it's still not as fine as I'm hoping. So literally just a quick whiz in the blender. That worked out really well. Just pat this down because I added a little bit of water with a bit of kitchen roll to dry it out. So I'm just gonna beat 1 egg to add to the sweet potato. This is to help it all stick together. Oh, everywhere but the bowl. Pour that into the sweet potato. A little bit of Himalayan salt, smoked paprika. You could also use cumin or just any seasonings that you quite like. I think anything came out of that. Some garlic powder. Just give that a little mix. Just want to heat a pan for this next part. So I'm using extra virgin olive oil. I would really recommend these spray bottle ones. They're a lot easier than when you end up dolloping a load. You need quite a generous amount because we're gonna saute the sweet potatoes. With your hands, we're just gonna create some little fritters. About 5 minutes on each side. And it should make about 4. Frittatas are done. I've just plated them up and I put 2 turkey bacon and also 1 fried egg, a bit of avocado. So this is really good for our hormonal health, lots of healthy fats. Okay, so here is the sweet potato fritters. Had a malfunction with my eggs, so I just did a fried egg and then I air fried my turkey breast. You could also do your egg and turkey in the same pan if you want to make it a little bit quick and easier. But yeah, all the flavors in this one. And then I've topped it with chili flakes, some coriander, some fresh avocado. Absolutely delish. Next up is another super easy one. It is a protein egg bagel. This one, literally all you're gonna need is your bagel, and then we're just gonna mix everything together into a bake-proof dish, pop that in the oven. That's literally it, and then you just fold them together. You can meal prep this one, you can batch it, freeze it, store it for later. If you remember my egg McMuffin one that I did a few years ago, kind of similar, but I've put a twist on the ingredients. So we're gonna need some bagels. I'm using these protein thin bagels, some egg whites, 2 whole eggs, a handful of basil, handful of coriander, and some spring onions, a red bell pepper, and then some cheese. I'm just using the ones that come in these squares just so they're a little bit easier than having to grate into that size. And I've also got some turkey bacon. So I'm just gonna start chopping up the basil and coriander, 2 spring onions. Just gonna spritz this with a little bit of olive oil. I've got about 430 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs. Whisk this around. Chop up 4 pieces into little slithers of turkey bacon and into the oven. Okay, then got my bagel thins. My cheese. Okay, so here is the egg bagel. So these are super high protein and delicious, and you can just pop them in the air fryer whenever you want them to toast them. I didn't actually toast the bread for that reason. You could also wrap them in some baking paper to pop into the freezer, and these bagel thins have got 9 grams of protein just in the actual bagel thin. So delicious as well, and I really like with the turkey bacon, just adds a bit of extra flavour. You can wrap one up in some paper as well to store. These bagels are something else. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And by the way, guys, I'm launching the Flowness Club in the next few weeks. This is where you're going to learn the principles and frameworks of how to train and eat in a way that can fit your lifestyle and your own flow, not trying to imitate anyone else's, but something that you can keep up consistently. There are limited spots, so make sure you've signed up on the waitlist down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to tag me in any of your recreations. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.